Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have a review for you guys of the Atari VCS 2600 homebrew game, Phantom 2, which also includes the, on the same cartridge, the bonus game Pirate, which is actually a pretty nice deal. As my friend, I believe Joseph Bosner, was the first one who pointed out to me. Anyway, they're both pretty nice games. Phantom 2 is based around the F-4 Phantom II series of U.S. warplanes. Think back Vietnam War era. As a matter of fact, particularly the Air Force's F-4E Phantom II happened to be one of my favorites. My absolute favorite, as a matter of fact. They were commonly up against the Mikoyan Gurich MiG-21 MF Fishbed, as the U.S. designation was, and it was kind of silly because at first they weren't given cannons to fight with for close quarters dogfighting, and were made to rely mostly on just radar-guided and heat-seeking missiles, and that didn't work so well. So after a while, some guys experimented with jerry-rigging a cannon to one of the designs, and it happened to work and make things run a lot smoother. So I think they were, I forget if they were manufactured at first by McDonnell Douglas or whom, but anyway, they basically went ahead and redesigned it so that a cannon came standard on all models. Yeah, even to this very day, fighter or fighter-bomber aircraft in that role commonly are given cannons in case they need them. The era where missiles would be all you needed anymore had not quite come yet and still hasn't. Though admittedly smart missiles are a lot better these days than they used to be. Back then they weren't quite fire and forget. They still commonly missed about as often as they hit. Anyway, it's a pretty simple game, not quite a full flight simulation, but pretty decent. Here is the loose copy of the cartridge. It comes as a loose cartridge from AtariAge.com, and with a manual. See, so you guys can see a little better here. And it just shows the first game on here. And it's a pretty nice, clean looking cartridge. Here we get the manual, which also tells you down here includes the bonus game Pirate, which, as I had been expecting, is a slightly smaller, less complex game, but still pretty fun. And it's done by David Weevil, copyright 2006. So both games are on this one are a bit older, but they're not super old. And hey, anything with the Phantom, the F-4 Phantom series, I'm going to take an interest in personally. Anyway, you get about hang on, pages kind of stick together. You get it gives you a little bit of a guide here. Even though Pirate is a simpler game, it gets a few more pages than Phantom 2 does, because Phantom 2 takes less to learn with. Anyway, you get these 2 pages here. Let's see, we have descriptions, overview. Can't read it in the daggum screen. And it tells you how to unlock the color mode, which there are some modes where it's already unlocked over here. And you have game options, which it describes. And the controls are simple enough. There are some things you kind of have to learn that doesn't tell you in here. Then we have Pirate, with a basic backstory, and that tells you about the island, how the display works. Then it goes more into the gameplay, and tells you things about the things you will encounter. And so it has a little bit more to it in terms of all that, so you get some more pages there. And then here we get the credits. Game programmed by David Weevil, which I think when we get around to looking at Pirate especially, you guys will recognize some, because I've reviewed 2 other games he did. And it's 2006, so it has a nice back. And no, you don't get this much of a radar display or anything like that, but you guys are going to see what it's like in a bit. With Pirate, Phantom 2 is a basic fighting shooter, you know. It actually does look pretty good on screen. With Pirate, the whole story goes that this old, very evil pirate captain, Chuck Leduc, I think it's pronounced, I think it's more like Leduc than Leduc, but I'm not sure. I've been saying Leduc. And anyway, old Captain Leduc gets stabbed in the back and killed betrayed by his crew while burying his treasure on a small island, and this voodoo priestess comes out, who happens to be the sole inhabitant, and turns him into an undead zombie, and you come years later looking to get the treasure, and you have to deal with her, him, snakes, etc., while trying to find the treasure. In the meantime, Leduc's pirate will, basically, his undead, evil parrot, if you encounter him, besides the fact he's a pirate, well, that's one reason why you lose the shovel if you have it, which you do need to dig up the treasure. And the other explanation given in here is that his undead parrot, evil parrot, will take the shovel and deposit it somewhere where you will have to go looking for it again before you will be able to continue. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get set up with my Hypercam Retron 77, which, for those interested, it does play with. And we're going to go ahead and take a look into the gameplay. Okay, here we go. This is going to be, first we've got Phantom 2. That's what the gameplay generally looks like if you don't pick a different gameplay mode, which is it will be in black and white. We're going to do 3, which is actually gives you only a 45-second timer countdown. But instead of being in the black and white mode, is in color, which I kind of like a bit better. Ooh, hang on. Dadgum controller is not wanting to cooperate. There we go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and restart on it real quick, since that wasn't fair for me not to have full control yet. You basically just shoot them down. I like how the graphics are done. That looks a lot like it could be a MiG-21 up there. And your aircraft in blue looks a lot like it could be, well, a F-4E Phantom 2. They will maneuver against you plenty. The clouds could be a little bit better looking, but they're not terrible, I don't guess. In this one, you have to watch out in terms of you can collide with your enemies if you are not careful. By the way, I've got in skill level A, where the missiles will just, they will shoot straight forward. Having them track, I guess that wouldn't have been an impossible technology for an aircraft like this. Like I said, they weren't always very accurate, so I prefer not to play with it in difficulty B with having guided missiles. Okay, now I'm going to show you going to go to mode 5, which is actually a kids mode and in color. But with this one, there are no collisions, so you can actually get somewhere and do more of a score. Because this one also lasts for 90 seconds. And, well, there's a way to extend your time if you are quick enough. In this case, you can't really collide with them anyway, so it's an easier time shooting them down. Go. Got him. Back onto our second, off of night mode and back onto our second day mode. Further along you get, the more they're going to maneuver on you, so the tougher it gets to score a hit, a kill, as they would call it, a fighter pilot would. Combat aviator. This is supposed to be a bomber. Okay, starting it back over one more time. I want to show you guys that last thing. So I can get there. This is also more similar to how you would have to maneuver quickly in a real air-to-air fight. They'd be moving on you a lot, and you would be unable to do much more than just try to keep your eyes peeled for them. Ha! Can't get me up close that easy, can you? Got him. Back in day mode, and I think I bought us just a little more time. So what I like about this one, I can't collide with them, so I can actually maneuver in close and make those shots so they don't have much of anywhere to go. Is it unfair? Yeah, maybe by a bit. I don't think it's so unfair, though. Here we go, Bomber again. He takes 3 hits to kill, and despite being rather large, is not so hard to finish off. Got you. Let's get from easy to work. But nothing, you only get kind of a flash of where he's at. Nope. And you only get one shot at a time, so. Okay, that was 39. I'm going to try one more time because there's one more thing I want to show you guys before I'm done with this one. The night fights are really the ones that take up a lot of your energy trying to finish. You sorry little... I don't think so. Ha! Not having getting enough time out of these guys. Now, if you have that time, do it. Okay, we're going to do this one more time so I can try to get to the point I wanted to show you. On. Come on, you silly thing. I don't have time for this all damn day. I can get it up there. I just want to do it. Okay. I'm not gonna do it like that. No. I'm gonna try this once more because I know I can get it right. That didn't take too long. Oh, we're trying to hide in clouds. That's just pathetic. Here we go, that's what I wanted to show you. This guy here is a tanker who will refuel you and give you more fuel, thus lengthening your game. Of course, in the other modes where you have collisions, I'm not sure about that one. You have to be careful to just hit the refueler, but don't run into it. Unless you want to crash and have that game over pretty fast. Bye. These ones try hanging back on me. I'll find you at some point. I actually scored around 142 points, I think it was, once on this, so in this mode at least you can do quite a bit with it. Okay, and that was the end of that, so we're going to go ahead and move on to Pirate. No. Okay, Pirate's pretty simple. You have a 7x7 grid, and you can move in either directions. Right now I can move left, right, or southeast or west, really. That's a snake right there. Something you don't want to be running into on purpose. That's the sword. You can also fight with your fists unarmed, or, got rid of him. Or with the shovel once you find it. No, let's get out of here. That was the Duke, and I do not want to fight him right now. Maybe at a later time. Okay, that was a game over. You see your outer screen here, the gray says that you have no items. No shovel, no sword. When it goes to, I believe it's yellow on the outer, or blue on the outer one. Find out in a sec once I find the shovel. You, get to, it changed. Anyway, when you get to green, you have both. There's the shovel, which, yes, it's blue, as I thought. Darn it, he took the damn shovel. I got it back again in no time flat. Got rid of him. Well, wait, he bit me. Stupid snake. Ooh, and there's the sword. Crud. Damn by the snake. There's the sword. That'll make things a bit more even. This is the hut of, that was the voodoo priestess. 2 hits and she's dead, and that gets rid of the snakes from the island. You press the fire button, the button to enter or to exit her hut. There's the X for X marks the spot, but where's the shovel? Either Duke, I'm not trying to fight you right now. Not by a long shot. There's the shovel. This flower, it will restore you to full health. Or about as close as you're going to get to it. That darn X was around here somewhere. I have to figure out where I found it. That one there. One of these. Oy. Ha, found it. Oh wait, and you got the damn shovel? Oh! Him and his stupid parrot. There we go. Here's the X, and we have dug the treasure. And there's your game. Being rescued to take your treasure and go home. Anyway, that's enough gameplay on both games, I think. This has run fairly long as it is. Okay, so that was the combination cartridge of Phantom 2 and Pirate for the two homebrew games, 2006 for the two 2006 homebrew games for the Atari VCS 2600. They are both quite nice and both good for games like, say, if you don't have much time, like have to go to work or something, you could get in a quick 5 to 20 minute gameplay, maybe a half-hour gameplay session before you go. You can see with Pirate, I beat it, I think, in less than 10 minutes. Partly by luck and partly because I actually happened to enjoy it while I was getting ready to play it for this review, and it ends up being a very, very nice game. Like I said, once you figure out, get rid of the Voodoo Priestess, no more snakes to worry about. Give Leduc his, or Leduc, whatever, Leduc, I guess, give Leduc his, comeuppance. You can get rid of him, and one time they actually ended the game without me having to find the treasure. And, basically find that shovel and that sword. Like I said, you can try fighting with your fist or with the shovel, but, less chance of scoring a hit. You have 3 hits in the game before you will be dead. The first, your inner screen will flash. Your inner screen at first will be just plain green, showing you're in good health. But then it will go down to yellow after 1 hit, and then red. You have 1 hit left and you're finished, so pretty simple on that. And like I said, let me see, with gray you have nothing, with blue you have the shovel on the outer frame, and with green you have both shovel and sword. So pretty simple. You just have to explore around, find those items, keep from dying, and find that X with the shovel, and you're free to go. Of course, Leduc and his nasty little parrot taking the shovel from you every time you encounter them is a pain in the neck since you have to find it again, but as I kind of demonstrated, it doesn't always take so long. Excuse me. Anyway, both these games are very good, and I enjoyed them quite a bit. They are available at the Atari Age store, which I'll leave a link to for you guys so you can find it, and I will probably also leave a small text review down there and with a link to this review video for any who are interested. But that's going to be at AtariAge.com. Anyway, I'll leave a link to where you can find this in the Atari Age store. And also, Atari Age has 2 videos, one specifically on Phantom 2, and one specifically on the second game, Pirate. And, then let me see, well, my other they are among my preferred YouTubers, by the way. And one of my others, Zero Page Homebrew, also has a nice video featuring both games. So I will leave a link to both of the Atari Age videos. We'll leave links to those, and one for Zero Page Homebrew. And that should get us pretty well wrapped with that. Sorry that this video ran a bit long, but reviewing a game cartridge which is kind of similar to the old double enders back in the day, since it's 2 games in 1, took a bit longer. Especially since I wanted to show you guys a fuel tanker on Phantom 2, because that is a nice touch. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my channel's content, please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I was going to say too, David Weevil, who did these games, the 2 games I have already, homebrew games, which he did before, are Dungeon and Dungeon 2 Solstice, which may be why some might find Pirate to look a bit familiar. Similar, grid and turn-based gameplay. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my channel's content, please like, share, and subscribe. And please don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comments section below. You guys take care, have a nice morning, and I will see you again in my next video.